I am Groot. 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 Hello, and I am Groot. Welcome to everyone tuning in to this. My name is Nate, and this is our spoiler-free review for Marvel's I Am Groot. Special thanks, as always, to our friends at Marvel and Disney Plus Canada for giving us the opportunity to watch these shorts early for review. Before we get started, if you're joining us for the first time, well, we are Geekcentric, a podcast focusing on the world of movies, TV shows, games, toys, and collectibles, and all things Geekcentric. Joining me tonight are my fellow guardians of all things cute and all things Groot, Megan and Darcy. How you doing tonight?
I like that intro.
Me
I am
too.
doing well, thank you, sir.
Doing good on this end too.
Yeah, having some fun with these little shorts. I was just so happy.
Oh, same.
Like, just the entire time watching this, just smiles ears to ear. And I think, with all this cuteness going on, it reminds me of another little character who's on Disney Plus, who's in space, whose name also starts with G. Of course, I'm talking about none other than Grogu, Baby Yoda himself. And I think this series is going to spark that debate, or at least bring it back up again. If the Twitter Spaces debated it before, who's cuter? And that's where I want to kind of start off this. I know, crazy. Listen, this whole thing, it's a Baby Groot short review, so we gotta pad it out somehow. I want to know who's cuter, Baby Groot or Grogu. You have to make your definitive choice right now.
Oh my god!
I think I have mine pretty nailed in stone. It's definitely Grogu because Groot, as we've seen in this series, kind of careless and almost dark at points, I find. So I love that about him, but that's not cute in my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like, isn't that
Meg,
kind of
yourself?
Part of his appeal, though? Is that he's a little like,
That's what
I don't
say.
know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm Groot.
Oh, but he does know. He
Yeah.
does know. He's thousands of years old if we're going by comic book standards, which I'm hoping they are.
guess.
Flora Colossi
Yeah.
are not a young species. So, 60-year-old or 50-year-old baby Grogu makes sense. He's still young and innocent in my mind. But when we pass that 1,000-year mark, I feel like he should know better in some situations.
I guess, but I feel like every time, again, we sort of see that in this series too. When he starts over, he's new again. He's born again. He doesn't have all the things that he's learned in his previous Groot body. So he's still very childlike and innocent, and it's adorable.
Well, listen, I hate to disappoint all of our wonderful listeners who are more Star Wars fans than Marvel fans, but I'm actually going to go with Baby Groot on this one. And I think here's the thing: Grogu, super cute when he eats a frog, when he raises his hands, his little hands in the air, and he's like, "Go fast, Space Daddy!" And they're going off, and he pukes little blue goo from his little nummies, and his chicken nuggies and all this stuff. Grogu is super cute, but I think, to me, it's Baby Groot's personality, his troublemaking personality, and his curiosity that get to me. And we don't really get that with Grogu as much. I mean, there's that whole thing with the egg lady and all that stuff.
Oh my God.
There's a thing. We don't talk about it, but
this whole debate is just making me think it's cat versus dog, basically. You got the cat and Groot, and then the dog and Grogu, and it's basically
okay.
To each their own. They're both cute. It's easy enough to say that.
All right. Okay. Well, I won't be a terrible host and force you to make your decision right now. Then, but before we do a dance in our PJs, let's go over what this show is all about. There's no guarding the galaxy from this mischievous toddler, so get ready as Baby Groot takes center stage in his very own collection of shorts, exploring his glory days growing up and getting into trouble among the stars. The series is directed by Kirsten Lepore and produced by James Gunn, Kevin Feige, Louis D'Esposito, Victoria Alonso, and Brad Winderbaum. I Am Groot Season 1 is comprised of 5 original shorts featuring several new and unusual characters. It stars everyone's favorite little treat, Baby Groot, voiced by the one and only Vin Diesel. Also, Bradley Cooper makes a cameo, and there's a third cameo by James Gunn as a wristwatch. which I thought was super funny, to the fact that they brought him in to voice a wristwatch. And any time that they can bring James Gunn into his own movies or projects or characters or worlds is really awesome. But let's start, right at the top here. Groot jumps in, takes a bath. What did you guys think of this series of shorts? Like, what were your first impressions?
I loved it right off the bat. Like you said, it's so colorful and bright, and plus it's just Groot being Groot and chilling and making a little spa for himself. And
right,
the shenanigans he gets into from that alone is just so enjoyable, and just the right amount of that type of adventure. So they definitely nailed this short format off the get-go.
Yeah, I think the smile came onto my face as soon as he got a mustache. As soon as he gets a little, he's kind of like a chia pet, and he grows a little mustache, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Between that and, I mean, we're not spoiling anything because in the trailer we do see him do a little curtsy as well, and I think I just couldn't, my smile didn't go away the entire 20 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes that this series of shorts ran on for.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. The smile crept on my face as soon as he sort of walked into frame and was testing the waters. And it didn't leave until the end of the credits. And I kept thinking about each and every moment with this little baby Groot, seeing him grow up a little bit and seeing different parts of his journey through space as a toddler was really cool. So I loved it. It was super fun and silly and lighthearted, and we don't get a lot of that in Marvel anymore, so it was nice to see something really sweet.
Yeah, it's refreshing. I think it's kind of cool because it shows that they're willing to kind of get a little bit silly, and obviously James Gunn bringing in these characters was kind of always the idea, but you're right. I love seeing him deal with different things in his life that I think everyone goes through, whether it be sibling jealousy or dealing with not being the baby of the family anymore. That I know a lot of people who've grown up who have siblings deal with that, or making really dumb macaroni art and just finding all the things around your house to make this art out of. And then even to the point where it's dealing with hair loss.
Oh my
that's
God.
a thing that I never expected baby Groot to have to deal with, and it's a thing he gets into here. So I just love it. I love that he's a little scamp. He's a troublemaker, and I thought, I always have thought of baby Groot as a little bit more pure than some of the things that we see him do in these shorts. Nothing too
That
dark, but
last
still
episode,
some
though.
stuff.
Right? Even at the end of the first episode.
Yes, yeah. There's a wonderful scarf that Baby Groot adorns himself with. But director James Gunn described to Kirsten Lepore, I guess she was trying to ask him, describe Baby Groot in as simple a terms as you can. And he just said, a bad baby. A bad baby. And it's so good. And also, can we talk about the look of the series? The animation is gorgeous.
I was going to say, the animation of this is fantastic. It's so bright. Like Darcy, you were saying, it's so colorful. They've taken not only worlds or scenes, I should say, that we're used to, like on the ship and everything, but also scenes that we've never seen before on planets we've never seen before, or maybe planets that we are going to discover or already have discovered, but we weren't aware that we were there. I think it's really cool. Groot looks amazing. His leaves. Also, the other characters look fantastic. They're new little aliens that we've never seen before. I know in the trailer we meet those little blue people when he toots out a leaf, and I loved every second of that episode. It was so good.
Yeah. And I think, it really proves that Marvel could, if they wanted to, make a wholly animated movie because of, just, again, how creative these creatures are and the creature design and the world design. I think they could totally pull it off if they wanted to. If they wanted to do something long form, even if whether it was following Groot or another character entirely, I really think they could do it.
Yeah, everything looked amazing, except for there was one point where the animation did take me out of it a bit, and it's when he gets in on some shower action with Drax, we find out later on.
Fair.
The water was a bit jelly looking, looked more like the mud from the first episode. But other than that, like I said, I think if they put a bit more time and effort into it like they would have for a movie, they could definitely do some really cool and fun stuff with just, again, all animated characters without even missing any of that Marvel flair and fun.
Yeah, shout out to the teams at Luma Pictures who did the animation, and even just like how Groot moved, like his mannerisms of being like a little kid, and apparently Kirsten Lepore drew inspiration from her own son when kind of working with the teams to direct how he would sort of move, and you just see it where he's like when he instantly fails and then he gets frustrated and he's like a little toddler would fail like and then just get mad at themselves for failing, but then we see like his curiosity and his tenacity are just captured so perfectly within these 3-minute shorts.
I also wonder, I don't know if you correct me if I'm wrong, but is there a little bit of mocap in this?
It kind of looked like it, didn't it?
Yeah.
It kind of looked like it was Vin Diesel doing the mocap a little bit.
Which
I don't know.
I'm
Did you get that
down
vibe
for.
too? Yeah. Yeah, it kind of was like, I was like, is that Vin Diesel? Like, because it kind of has like the shoulders where his shoulders go up a little. I don't know. I've studied many Vin Dieselisms over my time, and I think I saw a few.
You just know how he moves like the back of your hand.
Yeah.
100%. But also the music is so bouncy and fun. Danielle Lupi gave us this lovely, like there's these piano tracks. There's like a bit of like a tech vibe to it as well. But then the Bossa Nova track, which
fantastic.
is titled Groot Bossa Nova. And then there's another track called Groot Tutti Frutti, which are streaming now, by the way, if you want to check this out. Just so, I don't know, it just, everything about it just fit as a perfect little package. And I think it just like we were saying before, it's fun to see them having so much fun within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because again, with everything going on with the multiverses and all that stuff,
gosh.
and
It's a lot.
I think yeah, and I'm hoping that like between this series and like I know She-Hulk is supposed to be kind of like a bit more comedic, so I'm hoping that they find a way to really just again have a ton of fun with this, and I think it makes it would be fantastic to see Marvel bring in, James Gunn again after he's done with the Guardians to work with characters like Lockjaw or like Armless Tiger Man are some of these characters that like before these series of shorts, I didn't, really think would they really go that far to have fun in that way. And I totally think they could. Or like, honestly, if we get like another group of silly characters, like James Gunn comes in and does Alpha Flight. You know Alpha Flight, Megan, the Canadian Avengers, essentially, or Canadian, like, they're phenomenal. They have there's a Puck, there's a guy named Puck, and he's shaped like a hockey puck, and then there's an actual Sasquatch. Like, I just think if you're gonna be done with the Guardians, that's your next superhero team. I don't know.
Yeah, especially because there's like the super upright Quebec like twins who are heroes on that team. Like everything is about that team is just so Canadian in all the right ways, and they frequently work with Wolverine. So
I'm here for it.
Great combos right there.
There you go.
Bring them in.
That would be totally dope. But yes, we are getting a season 2 of these shorts, which we're going to be getting another 5 episodes, I believe. And we're also getting an entire Halloween and Christmas special. But honestly, I just kind of want more Groots. I just want little Groot shorts for even every holiday.
Yep.
Every holiday, Marvel, just make little Groot shorts.
We saw his Christmas PJs.
Yeah, he's ready.
Yeah, and that was one of the one things I came out of this the 5-episode streak thinking was that they really remind me of the Toy Story shorts that always seem to come out around the holidays and stuff like that, where they capture all the love of the movies and the characters, but then package it down into a nice, easy, digestible 5-minute thing. And it works so well with this character. And like you said, the music goes so long when your main character can only say one line. Setting the tone with the music matched everything perfectly, and it was again it's such a whimsical little journey with our little Flora Colossi.
Without revealing anything, really quickly, favorite episode out of the 5 that we got, without revealing too many details, what would you say?
Number 5 for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one for sure.
I really like number 2. The placement to me seemed like that should have been number 1 just because of where it was on character growth, if we are going to be talking about that. But yeah, 2 took it away just because you mentioned the sibling rivalry, and that was the perfect way to sum up that whole little short there. And I loved every second of it.
For me, I got to go with episode 4. I think there is a callback in one of the most sweetest, beautiful little ways that like almost got to me, didn't quite get to me, but almost got to me, and I was like, that's so freaking lovely. And again, I love that they're able to do that with these characters. So as you watch these shows, you'll be able to tune in and be like, oh yeah, I agree with Megan. That is my favorite episode. But let's get to our final thoughts and rating for these 5 shorts overall, which we're going to be rating on a scale of 1 to 5 Groot toots. Darcy, why don't you kick us off?
Well, I have only positives to talk about this series. There's a comic book series that shares the name I Am Groot, and it deals with him, getting into mischief on a much more planetary scale as he has to save a civilization that he is stranded on. It's very, very different than these shorts, and I'm glad that these shorts were so light and fun because the character is just a kid at heart and can, like you said, a bad kid who gets into all the trouble, and it's so entertaining to watch him do all these things. So I'm on board for a second season. I will probably rewatch this first season numerous times. It takes 20 minutes to get through, and will be sure to put a smile on my face no matter when I'm watching it. So loved every second of it. Animation was great. Music was great. Loved it. So gonna have to go and give a solid, 5 out of 5 Groot toots. I really can't find anything wrong with this series that would make me say don't watch it. So I loved it.
Oh my gosh. Those little blue people are eating well over at Darcy's house right now. All the little leaves that are popping out of Groot's noose. Megan, how about yourself?
I thought that this was adorable, hilarious, silly, and so much fun. Classic Groot and his silly little shenanigans. He's one of the reasons I love the second Guardians movie so much. And I want more. I can't wait for more. I'm ready tomorrow. Give us the next 5 episodes. Come on. Let's go. So I'm with you, Darcy. 5 out of 5 Groot toots. Also, can we rate everything on Groot toots from now on?
Yes, just everything going forward will just be rated on a scale of Groot toots. Maybe everything related to Groot, I think, going forward,
Perfect.
If that's cool. Next Guardian movie, Groot toots. We'll see. That's if James Gunn hasn't ripped our hearts out with Baby Rocket and whatever goes on with all that stuff. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, there's really not much more to say other than if you're listening to this and you haven't watched them already, go watch them. It's 20 minutes of your life or less. You're going to love them. I love what you said, Darcy. I think they are kind of this really fun little sweet thing that if I'm feeling down, I might just turn on and just watch 1 or 2 of them and feel a little bit happier again. And I love that we've got that from this character and from Marvel. And I think, again, this shows just how creative the teams at Marvel can get within the MCU. And I can't wait for more. I will say, as much as the episode that I listed, episode 4, did get me close, none of the shorts made me cry like a Pixar short has the capability to do. And I get it. We're dealing with
different.
Pixar, that's like their bread and butter. And obviously James Gunn and Kirsten Lepore here are going for a light, fun tone. But I'd love to bring me to tears, little baby Groot. I want to do it. So there's still a season 2 of these shorts. So there's a very real possibility that this little tree can make me cry. But I'm right there with you guys. I don't see anything wrong with these shorts to give them anything less than a 5 out of 5. Toot Groots. Groot toots. A Groot toot. Okay. That is it. We hope you enjoyed this spoiler-free review for I Am Groot. And if you did, make sure to subscribe to us wherever you like to listen to podcasts. And if you want to write into the, if you want to root into the show, if you want to write into the show and leave us a comment with your thoughts on the series, or any of the content that our branches cover. Megan, can you let our cute Groot listeners know how they can stretch out their limbs to reach us?
Absolutely. They can reach us at wearegeekcentric@gmail.com. That's wearegeekcentric@gmail.com. Or, you stole my joke, if you'd rather leaf it to the socials, then you can reach us on Twitter at GeekcentricYT or on Instagram at wearegeekcentric.
I mean, listen, I was like, how many more
There's only so many tree puns.
There's only so many. There's only so many. Keep in mind, we have a ton of other great episodes covering the latest in movies, TV shows, games, and including our spoiler-free reviews for Netflix's The Gray Man, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. We also have our spoiler-free review out now for the Sandman series. And we also have our spoiler-free review for Prey from Hulu and Disney Plus, which you should definitely check out because it is absolutely fantastic. Keep an eye out because we're also going to have our spoiler-free... Nope, I don't need to say that because I just said it. It is fantastic. Also, we've been incredibly lucky to interview some of the coolest people who work on the things we love, like Obi-Wan Kenobi director Deborah Chow and Anakin Skywalker himself, Hayden Christensen. So we've got a ton of interviews, and we might have some more interviews coming up in the future in the world of the Wars of the Stars. So if you want to, make sure you subscribe to us so you can catch all those. And we also have our weekly This Week in Geek episodes, which we put out every single Wednesday, where we bring you the latest news and trailer reactions from around the Geekiverse. With our latest episode out now, where Justin and I actually talked about all the stupid things that Warner Brothers and Discovery are doing, the Batgirl cancellation, as well as, some of the trailers we missed from San Diego Comic-Con. But honestly, if you just want a place to hear two people vent and to maybe get some stuff off your own chest while listening to us about all that, definitely give that episode a listen. It's a lot of fun. It's very cathartic. But yes, leave a 5-star review if you don't mind. We're trying to get to a ton more 5-star reviews. But Megan, Darcy, thank you so much for joining me for this cute little review. And as we say, love ya.
Bye.
Laters.